Feeling a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Good evening, travelers and those alike. Welcome to this edition of the Orion Effect right here on the RNN network. I am the quintessential social media hitman himself.
And I am Rhonda.
She's in the house. We're here for you. A quick few announcements before we get the show going. We had our guest that was scheduled, and unfortunately, as things happen, they were not able to make it, and we got that a little early, which is good. Able time to fix the show. So this is really about you guys in the open mic night. We're going to talk about any and everything tonight. Two, I did share out to some Virginia groups. And why did I? Well, because we're Virginia people. Yeah. We're both presently based out of Central Virginia. Rhonda is actually in Richmond, and I am now presently in Roanoke. So this is a Virginia-based show. We talk a lot about myths, mythology, lore about Virginia and around Virginia, that being spooky, paranormal, spiritual, you name it, we'll talk about it.
Yep.
We want to give a shout out to those people who support us. Shout out to GOS, Ghosts of Stanton, Virginia. Check them out. They have actually this year a seasonal tour, so you can still get involved with GOS in Stanton, Virginia, and they take you all over Stanton. It's not just the little town. I mean, you go everywhere. They will take you everywhere depending on which tour you take. You can go to Mary Baldwin, or you may end up at Western State, or you could end up at the train station or the American Hotel. Shall we continue? There's a list of places to go, and Rhonda hasn't been there yet, so I'm not
Have
saying it,
not.
but she will be going in the spring. Hopefully, we
Yes.
can
Yes.
this time. And we want to make sure we say hello to all of our local Virginians, no matter if you're in Richmond or if you're in Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, or if you're in Danville or you're down in Herndon, or you're up there in Fairfax, or you're in Rhonda's neck of the woods, Fredericksburg, or Richmond. We're all here. A special hello to all of those in Clarksville. Ooh,
Knoxville.
yeah, Carson's, Newsome's. We're going to add y'all in there. Franklin City. We're giving it all out there. And we just want to thank you all for participating and being here with us tonight for this hour of interesting chaos. Old chaos.
We have no plan.
And that's sometimes the best way to go. And with that being said, I'm going to hand this on over to Rhonda.
Sure. All right, make sure I get up to the top here. Good evening, Miss Susan Swanbeck and Ashley Herndon and Michelle Wilfong and Keith Ottersberg and Crossover Paranormal Society.
Crossover.
Thank you for joining us at the end of your holiday weekend.
That's right. We're going to make sure everybody gets spotlighted there real quick. And as I come down the list, and if you're tuning in, don't be scared. Jump in, say hi. Nuggets can't hurt you. Let us know you're here watching. Or maybe the reason you can is because you're listening to us. Oh, look at that. Boom. What is he saying?
Hello, everyone. Ready for the December alien invasion via Redbox 3 and 4. Be ready.
Hello, Robert. After last night, anything's possible. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Chaos. Oh, I like how Robert said that. Our brother from another mother down under.
Chaos.
Robert, we're going to be talking to you this week, brother. So get ready. We're going to be contacting you about 2025. Now, talk about 2025. Oh yeah.
It's believe it or not, we're rounding the bend on 2025.
It is crazy, isn't it? We're right there. That's what, not even 4 weeks away, and so much has happened this year. Oh, look, I'm gonna hand that over to you.
Hello, Heidi. Hello, beautiful souls. Much love from Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, in the house. Robert says, okay.
He's like, uh-oh.
I'm not gonna try his accent.
What did I do?
He has that strong Australian accent. I'm not even going to try to duplicate it. Or my voices come out, and who knows, we may see some of that tonight. Who knows? But there's a lot going on. Just even in our neck of the woods here in Virginia, that the next 3 or 4 weeks are really filled up with different things.
Yes.
You know? One of the things with us becoming either, depending on how you feel, we're either your beginning of your week or we're the ending of your week, but you're here on the mothership, right here on the RNN, and we thank you for being here again. I think this is break time to talk about the thankfulness real quick. I mean, last night we had a friendship gathering at Roma's, and there was some good times had, I would say. You know? I'm not going to try to make you laugh. Don't worry. But
no, I don't think anything can get me as much as in the middle of your brother. That's all I'm going to say. He made my night last night.
And we're going to pop that in there. He's working really hard to keep ASPS moving forward. I'll give him that. That needs to be heard. He's doing a lot of contacting, a lot of researching, and reaching out to people for 2025. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I'm going to let you read that.
I'm outside putting up lights and was planning on sharing this tonight. I thought it was 7 p.m. Eastern. It is 7 p.m. Eastern.
Where are you, Heidi? Of course it's 7 p.m. Eastern.
She's
We are
in
here.
Boulder, so I think she's
Oh,
an hour behind us.
yeah, she said
Or
mountain.
two. Yeah.
Not Eastern Mountain.
Yeah.
Mama D is in the house. Hello, Mama
Hello.
D. Hello and welcome. So many wonderful Virginians here. Again, I want to make that announcement. Why did I share to so many Virginia groups? Because we are a Virginia-based podcast, and we like to shoot focus on the towns that we're from and the towns that we love. So
Yeah.
that's why we shared ourselves out to the Virginia groups as we have. And if there's anyone in those Virginia groups that want to ask us questions, we can. If we don't have the answer, we'll find out. We'll get you that answer. Heidi said, "Oh yeah,
Colorado.
yeah, Colorado." Michelle, often 4 p.m. here, at Oregon. Ooh,
In
now,
Oregon at 4 p.m.
yeah, and see I pulled a Francis on that. I said Oregon, and you said,
Oregon.
no, man.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. It's 10 a.m. Tuesday here. Cyber Monday still over there. Oh yeah, Cyber Monday will
Wait,
be.
it's 10 a.m. Tuesday there.
Yeah, it's
It's
10
only
a.m.
Sunday here.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
moly macaroni.
Yeah, that's going to come into interesting scheduling factors, but we'll make that happen.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah, I don't even know how to factor that one in, but he's like, talk about moving forward into the future and time traveling. Holy crap.
Okay, so Robert, were the sales good? The Cyber Monday sales good? I need
Yeah.
to know for tomorrow.
Hey, well, who won the race? Maybe we can get that in. Is there any races that we need to know? What do you say here? If we
Don't
don't
have the
have
answers, we'll pick something up.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I just got a message over on Facebook. Let me verify because maybe one of our travelers are asking to come on. And if they are, I'll make sure. No. Okay. If you are interested, I will say that I'm going to keep my Facebook open. If you're interested as a traveler, and you want to come hang out with us, just shoot me a PM. We've got 45 minutes. We'll be more than glad to give you a chair and hang out with us. We had a really good Thanksgiving special Thursday night with so many travelers sharing up with us.
Yeah. We had a lot of people join us.
Yeah. And thank you, Heidi. We truly appreciate that. Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit. We're going to go backwards, forwards instead of forwards, backwards. It is. Like we had spoke before, we did do a fellowship last night at, sorry, it's Monday, not Tuesday.
Okay. I was like, what?
he was swimming ahead of us too.
I was like, what's Tuesday?
Yeah, right. Graduated too.
Gratitude.
Yeah, I like graduation to you. I like it.
What are we graduating from? We're just graduating.
That's right. I was a day ahead of myself. Yes, you were, time traveler.
That happens around like holiday season, though. You don't. Sometimes you don't even know what day it is.
That's true. That's so true. And in fact, I think I had that last week when all this was going on. I was like a day or two behind and a day ahead. The energies were crazy. We'll talk about that. The energies have been and were crazy, and I think they're going to start balancing out. So please embrace your balance. Embrace your balance. Ooh, a new T-shirt slogan. Embrace your balance.
Embrace your balance.
So, and talk about that. Of course, we had fellowship last night. A group of us met at Roma's restaurant off Staples Mill Road in Henrico County.
Yep.
And had a great time between licking the walls and, giggles and a waitress who was ready for us to leave.
And a musician who wanted us to stay.
Right? That was great. We got to give props to that man. He really tried hard. He did a great job.
Yeah.
I think the man played majority of everything I wanted him to play, which was really scary. All we heard was Ross and Alan Parsons and Michael McDaniel and something else. Anyway, we had a great time.
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. Oh man. we were doing that yacht music last night, but it was
It
really
was a yacht club, that's for sure.
it
I think
was.
he would have stayed as long as we wanted to stay.
I
I think
think
the waitress was like, "Can y'all please go?"
I know she was. Hey, Miss Emily from North Carolina in the house right there. Yeah, she was ready for us to go, man. I think the final straw was the whole painting in the back wall that we were talking about licking. And then, of course, after we all left y'all, we didn't really say anything because we didn't know what y'all were doing. So we were going to go straight from here, straight from there back here. So we had spent 3 hours driving. Then we were going to drop Ariane off, and then we were going to drive 3 hours back. And I took a way that I never take before. And we're going to get up at that in just a second. But I was like, you know what? I want to show her some of the special places of the holiday season that's around
Nice.
Richmond.
Yeah.
I thought the Pfeiffer House had discontinued.
Is it still up and going?
It is still
There's
up.
been a couple that have stopped, but most of them still are going.
Yeah. The Pfeiffer House, the most popular house in the Richmond Tri-City area, is still active. It is their 50th anniversary this year.
That's
So,
wild.
yeah, it's so wild. So please do me a favor. If you're in the Richmond central area, please go to the Pfeiffer House and donate. There's a reason. That bill can get close to $1 million. They need our help to continue going. They really do. So please go by, donate what you can to help them with the power so they can continue doing it. Because I do believe it's the Mr. Pfeiffer, the son, who is taking it up. Because I do believe Mama Pfeiffer's, I don't know if she's still alive. I hope she is. We call her Mama Christmas. Now, let us give you a little bit of this. She will stand or sit in her driveway, in the driveway of the original house with a rocking chair, if she can, and she will talk to every single one of you. She has this beautiful doll room that's set off to the side. It's called the Angel Room, and everything in this room is animatronic, and it is amazing and beautiful. That's just one of a million things to see there. No pun intended. Um, Thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. Heidi says, lighting while I put 50-ish nail up. Oh, there you go. You keep doing your thing, girl. We'll keep talking. So they really could use your help. I'm always supporting those. And there's other amazing places around Richmond. Y'all don't think when you hear Richmond that it's a light thing. Oh, it's a festivity. We get it done around Richmond. Over 30 years, live radio station. That's right. That's exactly right. Christmas radio. I think it's gone from AM to FM now. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So I take Sarah and Ariana to 3 of the locations. We went to the Christmas house.
Okay.
Okay. And then we went to another house, but we started over off of Hungary. Remember, there used to be those bunch of houses right over there? Well, a lot of them
Yeah.
are lighted up. They're not lighted up anymore.
Probably different people live there now.
Yeah. But, I wanted to show a little bit. And if I would have known the Pfeiffer house was still open, I would have beelined it to show her this. For those who don't know, the Pfeiffer house, again, is over near Quackson. It's right off Quackson, and you can't miss it. When you come down Quackson, the star is up in the sky. But it's amazing. And there's so many amazing places around. Well, Ryan took a trip. He said he was out and about doing Uber, not Uber. What's the other one? DoorDashing. And he was in that neighborhood and sent the picture and did a video today of it. I'm like, wow, I thought it was closed up. I really did. So I'm kind of disappointed I get to take Sarah.
Well,
but we left here, dropped Ariane off, and we took the whole 60 to 460 route.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. First time. So what did we end up doing? We get to Appomattox. We're passing Appomattox Transmission and Garage. Guess who was there as we were passing?
Hill City.
Yes.
Why am I not surprised?
No, right? Did not know until this morning. So I was talking to Sean this afternoon. He goes, oh, yeah, we were at such and such. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, that's pretty cool. Sean and Courtney were out there with their crew. And we passed them literally at 10:30. Passed them. So that was pretty neat. Got back here and we crashed. I guess we got back here at 11:30. We
It wasn't
slept.
bad.
No, it wasn't too bad, but we slept till 2 o'clock this afternoon.
That's a lot of sleeping.
Oh, crap. I was like, hey, Cindy. I was just like, good Lord. My daughter took my kids to see Mr. and Mr. Christmas near Henrico Doctors. Oh, yeah, exactly. The first
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. So, again, if you're tuning in from one of the Virginia groups, that's why we posted it. We are a Virginia based podcast. And any questions, paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, ask away if you're here. We love you. Also, want to give a mad shout out to Service Machine. We know those guys are tuning in now, and thank y'all so much to Virginia Power. Thank you for tuning in. I also want to say another special thanks to the Virginia State Police Department. Thank you for tuning in and supporting us. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
We're getting out there, and the mothership is making its move.
Mhm.
So enough about me.
Enough about you.
What about you? How was your weekend? What's
The weekend was good. I mean, it was very low key for me, which is fine. We did the show on Thursday night. I've got some projects around here that I'm working on. It'll probably take me through the new year to get them where I want them to, but that's okay. So then we had dinner last night, which was that was fun.
It was fun. It was.
It was fun. Um,
Kenny's dropping a secret. Kenny, that's too early, but that's right. Little props to freaking awesome show that Rhonda's on. She's the co-host of that show, and we'll leave it at that for now.
yeah, don't be telling secrets.
Yeah, keep your
Robert.
mouth shut.
Shit. Hey,
Come on.
hey, Robert, have you watched Babylon 5?
Oh God, you did not. Okay, so to add to that, I got
Or out of nowhere, Kenny suddenly looks at me and says, "So you ever watch Babylon 5?" And I'm just like, huh?
out of nowhere. It's classic Robert. It was hilarious. And of course, we had another friend with us, and they were like, I can't believe this is happening. Hey, this,
And I'm
this
like,
is
you caught me so off guard. I don't know if I have or not.
I think the waitress, Sarah told me Sarah had enough, or the waitress had enough of me when she asked, well, how do y'all know each other? And I went to the whole spiel. Sarah said, like, I think she was done with us by the time you started that. And like, yeah, probably.
Oh, and then Robert says, out of nowhere again, hey, you knew me when I had hair.
Yeah.
Sure did.
And then
Yeah.
everybody's like, well, what's Howard like with hair? Oh, no, come on. No.
Yeah, Ariana want to know what her dad looked like when he had hair.
Yeah.
So did he have a mullet or what?
Yeah. God, the spoo, it's fresh.
So, I mean, that was a lot of fun. If I had known y'all were going to look at lights, I probably would have joined y'all, but I didn't know. So
yeah,
I ended up going back here and just relax the rest of the evening because, boy, that was a lot of food.
that was a lot of
And
food.
then this afternoon, FPRI had their holiday get together at Mike and Shonda's house. So we had a lot more food and hung out and relaxed for a while. So that was a lot of fun too.
There it is. Well, I'm going to tell you something that will be a little funny.
Okay.
So we ended up somehow, Ryan was ahead of us, right?
Okay.
So Ryan is going to the same Wawa where I was going. I was going to get gas, and there's Ryan's car right ahead of us. I'm like, where the hell's Ryan? Then he turns into the Wawa right there at Staples.
Yeah.
Yeah, Staples Mill in Parham. And oh, there's FBR. Hello and welcome to the show.
Long time no see.
And he gets out the car. I look at Sarah and she gives me the look, don't you do it. I'm like, I've got to do it. So I jump out of the car before I even put gas. I run over to his car before he gets out. That's right. I tongue his window from the bottom all the way to the
Oh, gross.
well, got to continue.
So somebody finally did end up licking something, and it was you would look at a car window. Gross.
So I get back in the car. We're all laughing, and Sarah looks at me and goes, that's 3 bottles of mouthwash right there, sir. I'm like, okay. But it was worth it. Just see Ryan goes, dude, you left slobber all over my window. Hey, some things never change.
Yeah, and I can just say nobody was drinking, so that makes it even worse.
Oh, well, no. Ariana. The
Yeah, but she
youngest.
didn't go licking car windows.
Well, no, she kept her self-control. I just had Pepsi. I
Oh my
wanted more,
goodness.
but I was driving, so it was a great time. It was a great time. Clean the bugs off the glass. Well, it was fun, dude. Sporadic and being ourselves and being in family. That's what it's about. So, yeah, it was a great time. And, you know, there's some couple things that I wanted to talk about. I mean, it is an open show. We discuss and we'll see how people feel about this. So I've been doing a lot of biblical research and a
Okay.
lot of scientific, a lot of ufology research as of this past year. And a lot of things are coming to light. And, we're moving into 2025. There's a lot of things. Well, there was supposed to be a lot of things that happened in November that did not happen that we're aware of. And we know that, this month, as of the first day, hello, December, we are here, that there may be some interesting things happening now. Again, we talk about this a lot, but I'm going to talk to you since we're open. We don't have everybody around and we can actually hear each other.
Okay.
Did you feel the energy shift? Did you feel some balancing taking place or some unbalancing taking place last week? And how are you feeling it now? Because
I mean, I've been a pretty even keel since the last full moon, and everybody was acting like that was gonna bring a major and like with the full moon, and then like I think we came out of officially into the age of Aquarius.
Yep, correct.
So I didn't know what that was going to be like because a lot of people were kind of saying, "Oh, it's going to be this," and like I've just felt like on cloud nine since that happened. It just feels like everything feels good energetically. So I haven't had a lot of that, but it just may be where I'm falling within that realm of how everything's aligned right now.
That's a good point. That's really well said. I would say last week for me was chaotic. It was up and down. After Thursday into Friday, but I can tell you that yesterday everything seemed to go, as it's supposed to. Going into today, resting, I think a lot of energy was used on my behalf yesterday to get me through the day. But I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of changes taking place, and they're not bad. I think it's a perception of what's bad and what's good is
Well, I
what.
mean, I think that's always what it is, right? Like, I think everybody has a tendency to look at shifts as like, oh my gosh, I think it's that fear of the unknown. Because like everybody always freaks out when it's Mercury retrograde. Oh my God, we're going to, and it's kind of like, it's just something you need to keep in your back pocket and know. But
Yeah.
like, you control that. You have free will, take your time and, it's just something to be aware of. It doesn't mean, oh my gosh, everything's going to fall apart that I try to do. That's not how that works.
Absolutely. And here's another good point. We got to say hello. Michelle just dropped in. Our brother Sean just dropped in. Of course, you saw me do that. That's our what's up thing. Robert says everything is back on track for now. For now. And Missy Baker's in the house. What's up, Missy? What you doing, girl?
And for Sean and Courtney, just so y'all know, I will be on Hill City Paranormal's podcast on Tuesday night.
There it is. See, we're all one big happy family.
Yes,
I'm going to go and say I think you're right, but I'm also going to go and say this: we have to be careful of ourselves manifesting our own fear, which I had said this prior.
yeah.
We do have a habit of manifesting our own fear, but if we can manifest positiveness, that's we started in the age of Aquarius now. That's us. We are here, Aquarians, both of us. This is a very good opportunity for so many to draw their personal self and really connect with the universe now.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Bring yourself forward.
I think it's all what you make of it. I think any energy shift, you just got to figure out what you want to do with it and not so much feed the fear of, it's funny. I really noticed it as we were going into the age of Aquarius, like, because I'm on TikTok. I don't like post out on TikTok, but I watch. And of course, because of what I watch, there's a lot of different spiritualists that come on and do talking. And every one of them had a different take on what the energy was going to be and how it, there were some similarities, but it kind of just shows you that it's all in what you make it out to be. So if you keep positive, it could be really negative time frame and you'll be just fine.
I like what Robert just said there.
Yep.
You're right.
No
Absolutely.
puppeting the negative, and that's exactly what it is. I mean,
Mhm.
if you sit there and think enough about something that negative is going to happen, like if you're like, my car's going to break down, my car's going to break down, my car's going to break down, eventually it's probably going to break down on you. You know what I mean?
Guilty.
So if you manifest something different or change your own outcome and go get it looked at to make sure nothing's going to happen to it, then you switch the trajectory.
That's right. And it's nothing wrong with prepping.
Yeah.
Okay? Prep. It's not that big deal. If you know something's about to happen, prep. Do the right thing. Take the steps to, put yourself in a better position. I think that's what we're going to be finding right now. People are going to be put in that position it's time to make a change. Which direction are you going? How are you going to do it? What's the steps you're going to take? For a lot of us, that's including myself. I will not take myself out of that. What's up? Words of power.
Words
Damn
have power, yeah.
hippie.
And I think it's too, if you feel an energy shift, because I think that's what you need to start, everybody needs to start kind of tapping into. Are you feeling like things are negative? Are you feeling unbalanced? And
Mhm.
knowing what you need to do to get that right. For some people, if they're feeling unbalanced or ungrounded, then maybe they just need to go take a drive and blast some music. Maybe they need to go out to the park and walk around for a little bit. Whatever it is to you that makes you suddenly get back in that Zen place and kind of bring it back down, rather than letting it just keep flowing that way. You hold all the power. We hold all the power for anything that we want and any way we want things to be. And I say that not like it's an easy thing.
Mhm.
It's not an easy thing. It sounds really, really easy, but it's all really easy also to get into your negative self-talk. I think the key is recognizing that you've got there,
Right.
that's where you're at. And like, oh, okay, I need to switch this up a little bit.
And you know what? You're exactly right. We've got to be careful of talking ourselves down. Talking ourselves out of things that we should be getting ready for or getting ready to do. You're right. We're notorious for talking ourselves out of things that are possibly good for us and straight, but we're like, no, I'm just not good enough, or it's not my time, or I don't know how to do it, or I can't do it. No, reverse everything you think about that. Reverse all that thought and go for it. Yeah, there you go.
Right on, bitch. I say that to myself sometimes. Even
Sometimes,
if you feel like it isn't your time, and maybe it's not, but as long as you know what you want your time to look like and you're taking the baby steps or making the plan to get there, you're still going to be okay.
that's right. That's right. And you know what? I'm taking a notice right now. We've done a little something different tonight, and I didn't notice it, but you know what? Have y'all noticed? I'm making sure every one of your comments is going up, but we didn't place the chat up tonight. But we're making sure your chats are seen. Know
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
y'all matter. So make sure you know this. I didn't take the chat away so nobody can see what y'all saying because make sure y'all are being said. But I just noticed I said, we're doing something different tonight. It's all good. Good. Change is good. Change.
Change is good. And it's been a while since we did one of these. I mean, we've had a few shows, but it's been more of like where we would come up with something we wanted to talk about, like laws of attraction or something of that nature. So this has been kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll let you read, Richard. And Richard,
Hello, Richard.
how are
Good
you?
evening. We wouldn't have the thought to do something if it wasn't meant for us.
Ho.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful right there.
That's genie talk.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
He's right on target. Exactly. I think this is a good opportunity for a lot of people to make some boards, make some talk boards.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Manifest or a manifesting board.
Well, it's the time of year to start working on your vision boards for the next year. So take the time to find the things and really contemplate what it is you want in detail. And then let me add that in detail.
Don't leave that loose string, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
No, I would agree with you. I think we're seeing that too because a lot of these holidays that are coming up, they're pushing they're coming really quick, and they're on days that are odd, that are not always so suitable. Like Christmas is not on the day that it usually is, you would think. New Year's, with this being a leap year, New Year's is one day off. You can't plan. That's okay. Work with it. Don't work
Yeah.
against it. It might be
Yeah.
to your benefit.
And I think the other thing you have to realize is make the holidays what you want them to be. You don't have to. I was actually chatting with a friend right before this, and she said, "What did you do on Thanksgiving Day?" And I said, "I went to the park for a little while, and then I hung out here and watched some reruns of a couple of shows and hung out with the dogs." And she was like, "You so could have come with me to my mom's." And I'm like, "Yeah," and I appreciate that, but for me, I enjoyed having that day just to myself.
Yeah.
I don't always feel that way. Sometimes I want to go do stuff, and then sometimes you don't. But I also knew come Saturday and Sunday, I had friends to hang out with, and that I'd be doing that, and so it was okay.
As a
If you don't
queer,
enjoy the holidays, find a way to make it so you do enjoy it. If you want Christmas Day to be, you sit back and watch a bunch of horror movies that you haven't been able to watch yet in your pajamas and eat pizza. Do
and
it.
popcorn.
Yeah, do it.
Mm,
Do it. Do it.
Let's see. Missy says,
My
my
whole year has been off.
off. Well, yeah. Well, I had that last year. Hey, Lois. Hello, 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 and welcome. I totally agree with you on that one. Also, you'll find that Aquarians will be kind of more laid back. We don't like change, but it's going to force us to make some changes. There's a lot of. I think Keith is still here. I'm not sure if Keith is still here. He can drop that bomb on the signs and what you're getting ready for. Uh, Boom. Let's see. What do you say?
He's doing a lot of dishes. Right on. Right on. Our refrigerator full of stuff you don't want to eat. Again, it's sitting there. It's like,
He also says, "Awesome, Rhonda. Don't let others talk you into something unless you want to do it." See,
yeah.
that's a good point, because we always talk about ourselves, but now we know who we are now. You don't have to let somebody pressure you into something. You are sound of serve.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
Hey,
think
Elizabeth.
I think
Hello.
too, it's like, you should if people are your friends, and if they ask you if you want to do something and you say it's okay to say no, because I think we all get in the habit too of being yes people. Like you always want to say yes. And I totally appreciated that, hey, you could have gone with me to my mom's. And I love that. And next year I might take you up on that. But this year this is what I wanted to do.
Exactly, exactly. That's where paper plates come in handy, Richard.
I like me some paper plates, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no doubt. Heck yeah, Robert.
Guilt trips, yeah.
Guilt trips. Yeah, guilt trips. That's another one. People are. I've been seeing people trying really hard. I have here of late not to throw that around. But then again, there are some people that are going through it because they're going through a rough time because they've created their own dysfunctional chaos. Oh, there's that word again. You know,
Dysfunctional chaos.
you like that? That was pretty good. I was
As
like,
opposed to the functional chaos. But
exactly.
sometimes the little functional chaos is fun. It's
That's
like
right.
tonight.
Exactly. Sometimes to throw the twist in there makes things new and vibrant.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go with it. I see a lot of good things that we can utilize. A lot of changes. A lot of people are coming back around circle to things that they know and people they trust. I will say that. I think we're also seeing the people who, when you know that little voice in your head, if you come across someone who just doesn't feel right, and we know now that we can walk away and they can do what they're doing, and we don't have to be negative about it. You know,
Yeah.
stop holding on to negativity about people, places, and things that have hurt you in the past. That they're not with you now. They're not controlling your life. They're not hurting you. They're doing their own thing, and they probably don't give two craps about you.
I know there's a lot to say about being just staying in your own lane. You know what I mean? Because the things that we worry about of like what we think people are doing or what we think people may be saying about us or whatever, that is all actually kind of egotistical of us to assume we live in that person's brain that much.
Exactly.
And all of us are just trying to get through our lives in this world. You know what I mean? The best we can.
That's right. I like that. Richard said you do seem less, which is great. Exactly. And then Robert drops the gut instinct. Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's let that go.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been so good. We're trying to stick to our new process of how we want to present ourselves. And I've been so good for the last two shows. So proud of myself. Most of y'all were like, what is he talking about? Some of y'all going, oh, we know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, change. Change. Um, no, I absolutely agree. I think sometimes uh, when we embrace self, we embrace our positiveness, we're raising our own vibrations, and we shut those doors up in our mind that others have been in for too long with the doors open. They're never going to go away. We know that. We know that. These are memories. However, it doesn't mean you need to harp, ground, or be cannonballed to those memories. Shut the door, lock it,
Right.
put that mental key away, and keep moving on. Because guarantee you two things: they're either not thinking about you, or they're not even responding to the fact. And what are you doing? You
Right.
egging that memory on. You're creating that energy when you constantly think about that individual or
Right.
the situation or not. You feed it. Don't feed it anymore. Oh, here we go.
We can drive in our own lane unless my sister is driving near me.
Okay. Or sister-in-law. The other night, that was a trip. I can tell you that right now. If y'all missed it, go check the Thanksgiving special we had. That was a great night. Oh, here we go.
Learn that lesson and move past it.
Right? It's that spray paint on the rock. Now, some of y'all will not understand when I say this. Rhonda and a few others will understand. We used to go to a place called Bryan Park. And in Bryan Park, there was huge rocks that had spray paint, which some may have applied, others may have applied. But those are there. But there was a creek that led forward on down. And I use this as a perfect explanation. Years later, that paint is going to come off the rock as you're going up that creek and looking for new adventure and new things. It is the spiritual river. You don't need to go back to see if it's there. If it's there, great. If it's not, fine. If you left your spray paint or your chipping in the rock, great. You left your mark in the past. Leave it in the past.
Yeah.
Leave it in the past. Leave it there. Did I leave a mark there? Probably. I know I did. Because Carlton said I fell asleep one day on one of the rocks and drowned in the water. But, hey, those were memories. Memories of us going down to Urbana.
Oh yeah.
There, these are great memories, but that is who we were. And look at us now. We both have had great roads. And I can tell you, I know all of you have had your own roads. Don't hang there.
Yeah.
Don't. That was my kid. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I know she's talking about. I think she's talking about Thanksgiving. So just embrace what's coming up. Embrace 2025. Don't let it scare you. And okay, I am going to mention it, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to mention it. I don't. Okay, guess what? I'm actually going to do it. And I won't. I'll try. I don't give two shifts. What your color is. You like that? That was good, right? I don't get two shifts of what your race is, what your religion is. It doesn't matter. I support my friends and those people that I see goodness in. And there's a lot of LGBT that are out there that are really worried. Don't worry. You've got friends. You got friends in me. You have a home. There's nothing to be scared of. If people can't accept people for who they are, then that's their fault, right? Not yours.
Right.
So always know that you have a home and you have friends and you're secure. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Now, there are some cultures that may rub me wrong, but that's about an upbringing. That's a style of life. And I'm learning to deal with that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Up here too. Yeah, exactly. Um, we've got to support each other. And that way the vibration actually rises when we support everybody. This is not a new fashionable thought. So please don't go to that term that I cannot stand, that I can't stand the government actually, some form of government is actually used as spiritual term, but woke. Oh,
The woke.
yeah, I hate that. But I can understand the point on it. This is not one of this is actual mankind. We all came from the same place, like it or not. And let's embrace the fact that we're different, because there could be a time that, or there was, or is the problem that we would be punished for being different. So be
Yeah.
thankful to have that ability to do it. I don't want to live in 1984. The book. No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
No.
No way.
I don't want all of us walking around in a white garb or white jumpsuit and with, Howie Odell -1 or Rhonda Harris 25.
Right. No.
Because if that's the case, go get me a towel. I'm going to put my thumb in. I'm ready to go.
I'm done.
Done. Wait for that mothership to come past and go, okay, I'm ready to go. I got my towel. Let's do this. Some people are going, what the hell is he talking about? Well, it's all about a specific guide. It'll get you out of here. No catch, Rhonda? Ding. No. You've never seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Have you read the book? You must now. You must go.
Totally nice.
You have you now have homework. You must either read the book or see the movie. Read the book, it's much better. However, yes. And everybody will know what I'm
The
talking
books usually are much better.
They
That is the truth.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Or a bubble rat suit and told not to pop any of them.
That too. I prefer to get the heck out of here. Here you go.
Clean me up, Scotty.
Yeah, right. So, as we get ready for the new year, as we're gonna we're freshly into Aquarius. Start embracing, start leveling up, start letting go of tension. If you're not happy, see, there you go.
All right, all right. I'm gonna get
Mm,
the book because I mean the books are always better.
Get the book; it's amazing. It really is, and it comes with a compact disc and everything. Oh, here we are. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna read it. It could be a missing 411. Be like, I don't want to come back. Amen, brother. So, for those who are tuning in, if this is your first time here, welcome to the Orion Effect. Like I said before, we have promoted out to some new locations. And if you're watching in from one of those Virginia groups, well, we're Virginians. That's why we're here, and that's why we transferred it. We have questions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So before we end the show, because we got 10 minutes left, I know this year,
See, that flew by because we've been just BSing the whole time.
right? We could have gone the 2 hours.
Just
I'm down.
BSing along.
Yeah, I'm down with going longer. We
We can go a little bit longer.
I don't. Hold on. Pause that. We can go directly. Honey, how far are you? No response. Okay. She's doing a 4-hour exam. Yeah. So I'm like, keep it. I'm trying not to bug her at all. So let's talk about something. And then look at Abductions to the Ninth Planet was a great book too. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that book. Touche, Richard. Totally agree. So let's go and talk about Virginia real quick, you guys. A little paranormal, some news. Look, we're going to actually deliver some real news. Holy crap.
Nothing wrong with BSing the hour away. That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. So Kenny, aka Robert Odell, has done a lot of research here as of late. And for those Virginians who may need to know this that are into paranormal, take heed on what I'm about to say. We found that some of you who know about Crawford Road, or if you've heard about it in your books and your YouTubes, etc., we want to let you know now Crawford Road at night is no trespassing now. Yeah, that's out in York County. It's over near the military. How do we say this? We'll just say near the ammo dump in Williamsburg / Newport News. But due to the high trafficking, due to people moving into that area, and they're making homesteads around, they have now shut off Crawford Road at dusk, and you cannot just hang out at Crawford Road anymore and Crawford Road Bridge. It is now trespassing. Yorktown. Hey, Jen. Hello. Hello. Um, if you are caught at a parking period of time on Crawford Road, you will get trespassing and or more. This has come from the disrespect that these people that have been doing YouTube and paranormal groups that are just hanging out there, leaving trash, being noisy. Yeah, actually, I'm going to give a lot of props to York Police Department. They were very cool with Robert and talking to him, even though Robert was a little stern. And I think he's not done. He's going to continue. But it is crazy, Richard. But the sad part of crazy is there are people that have disrespected. There have been these younger groups that have gone out there, and ghost hunters going out there and trashing locations, making it worse, and putting it hard for us paranormal researchers. I don't know how many of you remembered. Yes, said so many of that crap. Absolutely, I agree. How many remember in 2012 when there was a group of ghost hunters who burnt down the special mansion down in New Orleans? They lit a fire in the middle of the living room or entry room or foyer, if you will. Then they thought that, oh, we can just do this and make it comfy, da 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 da. And they didn't put it out, and they burnt the mansion down. And we've seen this all over the place. Actually, that's the sad part. Everywhere. This is not the only story. We've heard it time and time again.
Yeah.
We've also heard about ghost hunters breaking into places that are actually no trespassing to begin with, and like, oh, we can do it. I hate this mentality now. And maybe it was different when we were kids, because we were kids, we were teenagers then. But to watch grown ass adults have that same mentality of going, oh, it's okay to break in. They're not going to catch us. Or what if they do catch us? You're the same people that are raising our car insurance. You know that, right?
Right.
What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it is a shame, and it does not just the paranormal. There's so Melissa mentions like fishing spots. It's always, which I don't understand. Like, why are you being loud and rowdy if you're paranormal investigating? That makes no sense to me. But it's always like a few that exploit it for, the masses.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's one thing when you're teenagers. I don't even know that I don't know that there was ever so much no trespassing that had to be set up when we were teenagers, because we were explorers, but we weren't really trashers. We didn't trash things. It wasn't that disrespect. A lot of times we were just checking out things and seeing what was there and things like that. I think people have got more destructive, and people, so I don't think, but yeah, we had the excuse we were younger. And even then we knew we probably shouldn't be in there. Yeah. But as adults, I can't think of anywhere that I would ever want to go to that I wouldn't think that I probably need to ask somebody's permission to be there.
Agreed. It's kind of, I like that. It says, oh yes, just like those trash lakes and woods, no different. Oh, absolutely. Campers. Okay, you're right. Campers and people that are going to places and trashing locations is a total lack of respect for the property. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And plus yourself, because if you're going into a location, there's probably a good reason why it's no trespassing. It's called self-awareness, and you getting hurt. Hello.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it, especially like a lot of people think you see these old farmhouses, and that's what you see a lot around here in Virginia, is like it looks like acres and acres of land in this old farmhouse, and like clearly nobody's lived there in years. Well, you're taking a risk going in there. It's probably not safe. And not safe in that, boards could crash, things like that. And then you're somebody else's responsibility.
Yeah.
Because people, believe it or not, even though I was trespassing, I went in there and stepped on a board and broke my leg. I'm going to sue these people for having this property like this. It's just silly.
Well, then you have that. You
Yeah.
have that though I'm going to sue somebody. Oh, for God's sakes. That's cause and effect. That's what that's called.
Right.
And you made the mistake of ignoring the trespassing. If it's not your property, it's trespassing. You're taking your own and going in, and something happens to you. That's on you. That's not on anybody else.
Yeah.
I like what Missy said, but we left it as we found it. You're right.
Exactly. We were just like, we were more explorers as teenagers than trashers. We were just like checking things out and wanderers.
Yeah, nails in the feet.
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely. So I totally agree with that whole thing. I just it irritates me. How
Wood Stanton is a prime example. Desjardins, people constantly try to break in that, and it can't be more boxed off that you can't go in it than it is. I don't think it's pretty obvious when you walk upon it. Like, don't come in.
And you know what? I want to say that because again, that's in GOS. That is in Stanton, Virginia. You can't miss it. I'm going to point it out to you. If you're on 81 off exit 222, it doesn't matter if you're going north or south. If you look towards Stanton, you'll see a big building that's got 4 columns in the front that's standing all by its lonesome because that's the most evilest place on the planet. Okay, in Virginia, maybe. Let me go there. Okay. Don't go there. Do not go on the property that's past the fence. You will get trespass. There's no question about that. Stanton has already stated if you're on that property and they find you, the sheriff has already said you're going to get a hefty fine and a possible jail time. So I'm just letting you know if you're watching one of these. Yeah. Well, hello. I got a little friend. Come here. Well, you come here.
I heard meow.
Yeah. Look, she's like, I'm not going to get on. No.
Oh.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gracie. Yeah, I'm Gracie. That's not Gracie. Yeah, I'm Chinese. All I see is that Gracie. All right, go ahead. But it's true. You still want my attention, don't you? And you don't. And that's a thing about a lot of places. Don't just go in. Do the research. Just like, oh, yeah. That's Dallas. He's Dallas. But be cautious of what you're doing too. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You never know. You go into one of these places, it could be family owned. I hate to say it like this, but there's sometimes a possibility of let's be honest.
There is that, and there is posted no trespassing, sometimes for a reason, which means they can bring their friends with them.
Yeah.
Their friends made of wood and
be aware. We do in the state of Virginia, just like it is in any other state, there are certain people that are not used to civilization. And you may go into a place that you may find you do not want to go. Like if the hill has eyes, we're just standing there.
The hills have eyes. Wrong turn.
You look pretty good in those jeans, boy.
Wrong turn.
So, got to be smart about all of this.
But I mean, I think that the key thing is just show respect so that so we don't lose access to some of the few places that we have.
Agreed. I totally agree. Hey, what do you say we do this? I'm gonna do something we don't usually do, but it would be good for us. Can you believe I'm actually gonna do something that's good for us? Holy crap, Ola, that can't be true. Me doing something good for us? Yes. Yes.
It's right on.
Find the braille, man. Find the braille. Let me get here and try to find what I am looking. Bingo. And I need it to be a little longer. I think this is a great. Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna do a little something cool tonight. What we're gonna do is, Rhonda, what do you say we take about a 3 to 4 minute break?
Okay.
And Deliverance watch it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I wasn't gonna say it, but it's okay. Uh,
A perspective.
yes, yes. But I've actually got it up too. We are going to go here and going to set this. And what we're going to do, you guys, since we are going to go a little longer, I'm going to get that set up. We are going to drop that in. We're going to let y'all listen to a little bit of music, which is royalty-free music, you guys. So
Royalty free.
royalty-free. We're just going to take a few minutes. Hey, what about the alien invasion? We're going to talk about that and maybe Bigfoot. What do you say? Let's talk about some cryptics and alien when we come back.
Yeah.
Let's do it because we know we're in the right state for that shit. Oh, damn. We went all two. I went the whole show. All right. When we come back, you guys, we are actually going to go jump into some cryptics. We'll jump into some ufology while we're hanging out. Meanwhile, we're going to set you guys up. We're going to mute ourselves. We're going to take a minute. This way, y'all can go use the bathroom, get yourself a drink or whatever. And when we come back, we're going to jump right back into that. All right. We'll be back just after this. And we're back. Let's fix that. There we go. That's better.
As a little in a quarter.
A little different. A little different. I'm getting used to our format, restreaming, working with it. Yeah.
Yeah, they've made a lot of changes.
They have made a lot of changes. It's been really good, and we're getting things that are really making this more professional. I love the format that we got going on, and we're back from our break real quick. We want to say hello to all of you travelers and those alike. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Orion Effect, right here on the R.I.F.T Nation Network. I am the Hitman.
And I am Rhonda.
And we are hanging out tonight with you guys. Just talk about generalization. We're just chatting, and we appreciate you if you're hanging out right now. Hopefully you've gone to get some, and you've gone to check out other shows. Come back and hang out with us. If you're interested, let us know. We'll send you a link, and we can bring you right on. So with that being said, I also have to say, because I want to make sure that those Virginia groups are understanding the reason why I share it out to you is because we are a Virginia-based podcast. The show is out of Virginia. I'm in Roanoke at the present time.
And I'm in Richmond.
And here we are. We're doing our thing. So something else I've been wanting to talk about for a while, that we really don't talk a lot about cryptics and those kind of things.
Right.
And I want to get your thoughts and everybody else's thoughts out there. We had touched earlier about, I don't even know if the indigenous isn't the word I want to use. That's not the right word. I'm trying to remember the word to properly use for those people who are not connected to civilization. They've lived their lives hundreds of years the same way in the mountains or in the countrysides. And I think going through that and looking at the Shenandoah Valley and look at Appalachia. And now we're going to talk about, that's right, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it. I know here in Roanoke, there's actually Bigfoot crossing signs. People have seen enough that there's actually postings for such. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up tonight, and I'm going to see what everybody else thinks about this because I think it's a great subject to talk about, is why? Why are we seeing, and we're talking, the encounters are increasing, just like ufology. They say that if you're having a Bigfoot encounter, Kenny, Robert, aka, here we go. You could be happy now if you're still watching on your YouTube. The thing is there's always some form of ufology or close encounter of the third or fourth kind during, before, or after a visual event of seeing a said Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And do people realize or know that, or you could be seeing a skinwalker? Mm-hmm. Some people think they're highly into that. Cool. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. Emily just sent a message saying she had shared us out. That is awesome. Thank you. So it's got me thinking, and this is something that I've talked to my sisters, Debbie and Elaine, that are in Harrisonburg, on this very subject before. And then, since your family is from the mountains, y'all are from Stanton, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And some even further, but yes, out that way. Yes.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for us to talk about it a little bit. What about the fact that maybe what people are seeing are not exactly Bigfoot, not Sasquatch, and maybe they can be considered, if they're seen as skinwalkers? What about those people who have been living in the mountains for a very long time, and there's a certain way that they live, and they don't cut their hair? They don't even know what that, they grow their hair out. They got hairy arms or hairy legs, and they've adapted to weather. What's your thought about that?
I mean, I guess that's always possible. So I would just think that maybe they adapted to the weather because their homes are not quite what we have, and they're living a different lifestyle. I mean, I guess they could be.
Yeah. Look at a lot of what we hear in West Virginia and Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah.
Culture's the same. Let's drop it in there. He's speaking it up.
About
what are smiling about? What are you doing?
That is fixed.
All right. What the hell are you smiling about? Is there a question? Are you smiling the fact we're talking about this? You're not going to go lick a wall, are you? So had to. Opportunity knocked. I went there. Uh, sorry, bro. I can see it. That's so wrong. He didn't lick a wall. Let's make
He
that.
did, but you licked the window. So
I did
there
lick.
we go.
You missed that, Ken. I did lick a window. It freaked Ryan completely the hell out. All right, so hey, it was fun. But when we think about these, we know a lot of people don't think about Virginia when they're outside of Virginia being a hotspot for such activity. When you go look at the encounter uh, map, there's a lot of encounters here in Virginia.
Well, there was just one a month or so ago, a couple months ago, up towards like Fredericksburg.
Yeah, talk about that. Do you remember?
I don't remember anything about it other than it popped up everywhere that there had been a sighting.
Yeah, and I think they're going to. I think they're going to increase. Now, are people manifesting the situation? Again, listen to me when I say this, you guys. We want to see something so bad, or we want to have that encounter that we manifest the situation. We think one thing is something is called perception again, when it's not that at all, but we perceive it to be. We perceive it to be. Between me, Robert White, he's a ranger. Ah, okay. There we go. All right, so that's bringing me to another good point. Virginia only has a few locations that's free camping. One of it here in Virginia is called Slate Lick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in George Washington State Park. It is free to the public. You can actually go there. You don't need to make reservations. It's campsites first come, first serve. But the place is very unusual. It does have a lot of interesting activity, and I can tell you from talking with my spiritual sisters on how that goes, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. Richard, I think more about they're looking for stuff too. Yeah,
More people looking for it. Yep.
yeah, we're more than we ever did before. Um, okay, so it's Slate Lick, from what I understand, Beyond the Rim. That's right. There we go. We'll go with that. Beyond the Rim. Hey, that's a name for a good show, Ken. Thank you.
Beyond the Rim.
Beyond the Rim.
I feel like
Oh,
there might be one called that already.
that's Beyond the Realm.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. I got to put that in my box of possibilities. Yes. Keep Burns' doors open. Yeah, well, you know what? We should. And I'm going to tell you why, because you know what? Life deserves to live. That's the way I look at it. But when we're in this state of wanting to look and find, and our perception is not 100%, what we think we're seeing may not always be what it is. And we've got to remember that. Especially researchers, doesn't matter if it's paranormal, cryptoid, cryptozoologist. We have to keep that in mind. Bigfoot interests me, but it has not been my biggest thing. But though we do have members on the team that are huge Bigfoot, or what we call squash troopers. You know, you got Britt and Jimmy, and I know Ryan likes to dabble into the Bigfoot. So it is intriguing. Okay, sorry, I almost lost that direction. So let's talk about Slate Lick. There is a group of indigenous, and I will use that word because they have brought everything from Romania here. There's indigenous gypsies who do make their home at Slate Lick at the very beginning of it. They have a school bus, the whole nine, but they live the traditional romantic life.
Mm-hmm.
So it means if you do not, and I'm not even going to say it's positive or negative, so please don't come at me going, hey, don't talk bad about gypsies, blah, blah, blah. I'm not, but I will tell the truth about it. So we're going to talk about that. In that they have certain rituals and they have certain things. I encountered something with that with the crew last year when we went camping. Um, they like to do their natural things, which you would think would give off maybe a fae type feeling, energy.
Okay.
Um, and it's a possibility they could be maybe encouraging or manifesting fae in this location. I know the night that we stayed there, it was really good all the way up to about 11 o'clock, and then it felt weird. It felt off. It was not right. Even Samantha's like, I ain't liking this. I get it. So certain cultures can encourage behavior as well. Uh oh. We have Bigfoot Museum here in Oregon. I'm going to visit.
Definitely.
Oh, hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. The more educated we become on a subject, the better off we are. We're armed with knowledge. So, with that being said, I think, sounds fun, Michelle. See, there it is. See, exactly. Step out of your realm. Stop worrying about normal life on the computer or on your phone and get out and go adventure. That's how you
Yeah.
experience. I think that's a good point. I think we're seeing more people trying to get out too, Rhonda. To be honest with you, I see that now. People are getting out of their homes, or they're getting a little bit more and more getting away from this thing. Which
Yeah.
we do this. This is our passion. This is why we do this. But we even need time away from it. You got
Yeah.
it.
And I think people forget that.
I agree. I agree. Um, Now, according to Project Bluebeam, yep, I went there. Don't care. This was a military thing way back when about mind control and how can they, you know, get us hooked on things. And you know, it is said that computers and phones and all this have this blue screen. It is to grab your attention and keep you focused here while things happen. Could be not. Oh, let's see. Do we, Rhonda? I need to get near the toilet.
Hey, mate. Are we on Discord? I don't know
No,
that we are.
that I don't think that's Discord. That is coming from our notorious. Uh, yeah, I know where that's coming from, and pretty cool. Well, you know what, Brig? Thank you for being here. I'd love to be a part of your fan community. Could you add me on Discord? My username is. Well, I will tell you, I do not believe we are on Discord. If we are, then I need to talk with Susan and find out. You can actually find us at, if you look at the little stream down below us, it gives you the information on how to find and contact us and communicate with us. You can send us emails, or our primary way at this moment to communicate with us is on Facebook or go to our Wix uh, website. We have communication set up right there, and it's actually got a free uh, mobile app that you can just download and you can check out our shows and communicate us with there, Brig. So thank you, and we appreciate it. Um, so if you're on Facebook or even on YouTube, you can contact us through YouTube as well. Send us a note, information, and we'll be glad to communicate with you. And thank you for being here. That is nice to see because we've always had problems with that format with trolls, and it's good to see some positives coming out of that format. Michelle says definitely. So, bam, there it is. So, again, it's really interesting to me on how we create things. And yeah, there goes Robert. YouTube. He's a YouTuber for sure. Uh, so, what about the possibility of, I've heard this too, Rhonda, and see how you feel about it, of these cryptoids possibly being alien life forms? How do you feel?
We don't know. I mean, we don't know. They could be anything. They could be traveling through different dimensions, and that's why they pop in, pop out. They could be alien. They could be just just like us. Just they've gone back more towards like maybe they didn't progress to the form of human that we are. They're still in that like Neanderthal type, like they're kind of there,
Yeah.
or maybe they really are some sort of man/primate. I don't know.
The endless amount of possibilities. And that's the one thing we'll say, unless we've got proof, we're just going to give you ideas. We're going to open your mind. We want you to think. That's why we do what we do. Um, and I agree. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about something, but let's get to what our good friend Richard said.
I think much of life on Earth was brought from somewhere else at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. That is a rabbit hole of doom that we could go down. And we're going to actually talk about that. We're going to actually do a show. Thank you, Robert. Welcome, all travelers. A hype space. Welcome to the Zeklo. Oh, boy. Oh, Kristen, our newest hostess, is in the house. Hey, sorry I'm late. No worries. How is everything going? Well, we're going well. We're actually on a second hour tonight, so it's kind of pretty good. Rhonda and I are going with the roll. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm looking the wrong way. You know what I mean? That was pretty funny.
So who's he talking to?
Yeah. Right? Well, the reason this has all been talked about and we're going first circle right now is I did a lot of research while I'm working with Ryan on what's going down, which is in 2 weeks. And we did a show that talked about the Scientology of missing individuals in state parks.
Mm.
Now, this is intriguing. Could have been portals. Some say portals. Some say, voids. Others say, they were taken. A lot of people are saying now it's military is in these state parks and they're doing experiments in the state parks.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either, but I'm not going to say they are or aren't, but it would
Right.
not surprise me. But here we go now thinking about what is completely different than what it was, and we're opening those possibilities because it's interesting. I'm going to bring up the individual in just a minute that we talked about. Let's see here, pal. That's a good point, Michelle. It's interesting how they all kind of relate. Paranormal, UFO,
Right.
big. Exactly. Robert hits up. Richard, wasn't that how the original Battlestar Galactica started out? Thank you. I've said this so many times. 12 tribes may not be what you think it is. And Richard says, I think so, Robert. Absolutely. Richard said, DNA Banks to me is the real arc. I actually watched that episode today. Holy crap, you bringing that up. That's really interesting. The arc was nothing but actually a DNA spaceship. Intriguing. We're getting closer to truth and knowledge. That is true. 2025 is going to be very interesting. I will say that. Awesome. Yes, the lost tribes of Cobalt. Oh, that's an interesting point there. I can't say Robert because there's two Roberts. All right, Robert O. All right, Odie. There we go. Yeah.
I think that is what the Black Knight is, a type of DNA stasis container.
That is very good possible.
Hmm.
Saying possible because let me tell you what, we have been hit on social media for misinformation that we did not put out. So all of these groups out there, these fact checkers, I do not say yes or no. I am allowed to bring the name up, but I will not say yes or no, but I will say I can agree with the possibility that the Black Knight, as of word, could be something of, or it could be something to monitor, or it could be a larger item that's caught in our orbit. We don't know as of yet. If we were on a private chat, then I would talk to you about it. Fact checkers. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, but you just said something interesting, like we're on the verge of gaining some more knowledge. I don't know. In some ways, I don't know if that I want us to be. Like, depending on what a Bigfoot is, depending on what it is, once it's found.
True.
Our national parks could be taken over. They would no longer exist to us to be able to go do what we want to do, enjoy ourselves out there. Whatever being a Sasquatch is, Bigfoot, whatever your term is. I mean, what are they going to put that through to learn? I mean, I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's best they
Not knowing.
stay an enigma.
Yes. You're exactly right. Inu origins. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I love our travelers. There will always be more mystery, and I agree because every little door that's open adds to one more step. We do not have Discord. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Susan. Susan Swanback is our
I didn't think we did.
program director, and she's our techie person. But yes, that was coming off Kicks. So yeah, remember we had those trolls from Kicks, but I'm glad to see some positiveness. And Susan, we had some positive come out of Kicks. Yay us! So yes, we do not have Discord. I'm not really interested in Discord. I don't find it, but we'll see. We've got some plans for 2025. I will say we're going to end
I
up.
think we should research Discord because some podcasts are using it and it's working to their advantage. So
We'll look at
it
that.
hurts to research it and see what it's all about.
Very true. They might get more protected and think that they might be good. Well,
That would be good too.
There it is. I think so. It could, but then again, could that be the element that needs to take certain things away from us?
Right.
So there's a catch-22, that fine line, that sort of lady swan, lots of love. Oh, go. It's a catch-22. What's good may end up being bad. I mean, if the military or whatever government, I didn't say it, but I will allude to it, whatever government might be out there could take that away from us if we see something we're not supposed to see. We experience that all the time. Oh, I just stuttered. Good Lord. I think most of the 411 stuff is portal related, but sure, a small amount could be cryptic. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, but we go again, we look at many places like Spiritual Mountain in Nevada. Can't explain some of the things that's happened there. There's 2 ranches in Utah that we can't explain. Let's look at Skinwalker Ranch. That I'm not there, so I can't discredit nor give positive. So I don't say it, but I know I've lived long enough to see some incredible weird stuff. So that's why I say it's an endless amount of possibilities. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know anything. I really can't. I don't even feel like I can have an opinion on it because I have nothing to base anything off of. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I don't have anything believable enough that I could quote as a source for why I believe the way I do. Nothing's been credible enough to make me feel like it's accurate. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's beautifully said.
But, there are things that we have known. We've always known there was aliens. And in the last year, it's been finally admitted, and it's kind of like, that's why nobody blinked an eye at it because we already knew, know? So there's that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gain knowledge or gain answers. We'll lose something in the return to balance and everything out. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, we're finding out more things now, even about biblical. And I'll bring that up in just a second. Hell, I just saw a fox in my circle in the city of fact checkers. They do come and live in the city. Coyotes too. I will say that. Coyotes too. Richard, I bet there are many lots like those ranches that have higher amounts of strangeness. Oh yeah. Wow, they're getting to know what you. All right, read it because I'll act like
know that you don't know makes you more knowledgeable.
Sometimes it's true.
I bet there are many places like those ranches that have higher amount of tie strangeness. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. We just haven't encountered them yet, and if we have, we didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
And sometimes I'm going to go with what he said. Sometimes silence is strength.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't acknowledge outwards, we retain that knowledge, and we know what we experienced, and we know what we saw. Now, there's something we had just talked about a few minutes ago, and I'm going to go back to it because I had spoken about this on previous shows. But speaking about the Ark possibly being a spaceship, possibly, I said possibly, not you, to them,
No,
those
I was thinking. Go ahead.
to the possibility of the 12 tribes being from somewhere else, possibility. I'm also have come up with this new theory because the Bible was just the breakdown of the Torah. Okay. So help me in this as I speak this, because translation is where this is coming from. We have translation from one. Hey, Mar. Hello, hello. And welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Yes, yes. Um, let's see. What about Red Box Program Alien Invasion? Dude, you're all about that. Give us there, and we might get there. Hold on. For those who don't know, that is my other half. That is my brother, my blood brother, right there. It's the part one half of the Frog Brothers. So, in translation, and this is about aliens, fool. So, in this translation, if we, as we talked about the possibility of the ark, and we can break this all down in other shows or into a whole nother show itself. The Bible breaks down in translation. There's two. Okay, it's been
Right.
translated twice. Uh, the Quran has been broken down and translated from Terran. Okay, Terran is a good possibility that is a translation of another religion or another thought that it was translated into Judean. Okay. Now, what if that came from Egyptian, which we all know that they came from Egypt? That central point there. Now, what if Egyptian thought and religion actually was translation of Anunnaki? What is that whole possibility of translation to translation to translation? Everything is a little different. It is very interesting to me now.
Well, I mean, I think when you, this is just my personal opinion,
Oh,
when
absolutely.
you start thinking about translations, I think you start interceding translator opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the more things are translated, it gets wishy washy to what was actual truth or what was actual beginning. And because everybody, if I'm a translator, I'm going to put my own spin on what I believe this thing means or what it means to me. But even if you look at it, like you can't like even the Spanish language, and I say Spanish, I'm gonna use this broadly. I'm just gonna talk about the different groups within Mexico because I have friends who have married Mexicans or married into Mexican families. They're very tribal in nature. So while they all speak Spanish, their diction and their meanings are not necessarily the same because they've told me like I can talk to these people and I understand exactly what they're saying because I know Spanish, but I also know their dialect. I get to another group, I don't understand at all what they're saying. So that's where I just feel like translation when you lost in translation is a thing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Richard says much of our structures come from NUs, like elite classes, etc. And I agree with that. I actually feel the same way. It was the basis of structure, what we think was. Pardon me. I'm not sure about that one. Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Not sure going there. You asking if they're aliens? We don't know. Um,
Cryptids, aliens, we're not sure.
yeah, we don't know. Richard, what show is that, Robert? Yeah, well, that's a good point there. Did I miss? Oh, I did.
So what is that one? Yeah.
Was watching one last night only got halfway through. Oh, get back up here. We're watching through Alien Code that delves into future sent messages, MIBs, cancer causing, radiation, cloning, and as I
Wow.
said, only half through. Oh, see, there it is, and we got there. Hey, what's up, Z? Hello, hello. Glad you made it. Let's go back in there. A movie on Prime, Alien Code. It's a name.
Okay.
No, it's interesting how sci-fi is catching up and bringing us forward. Maybe again. Okay, cool. We'll check it out. There you go. It is interesting.
Yeah.
So what you just said, Rhonda, I think that's a very good point. Again, it's the translation of another to another. It could be completely. They're only going to translate into that point of what they know at that time.
Right. Right.
You know, so we've got to remember that when we're doing and talking about
And
these
then
things.
what was left out, like if you're translating something, I'm just thinking, you've got this ancient document that you're translating, right? And how many times was there something in there? They're like, yeah, I don't agree with that. That's
Yeah,
not right. I'm not gonna put that in there. You
exactly.
know what I mean? Let's omit that.
Again, we saw that with the Bible,
Right.
the King James version to the. It's very interesting, and how words and text can be used to the authorities or authorities benefit.
Right.
Ooh, that's an interesting one within itself, right there.
Right.
Um, love how much truth is hidden in the fiction as well. Exactly.
Well, when you look at that, if you look at anything, like, and we can even talk about that around this holiday season that we're in. There's all these folk tales and lore and all this, but it's somehow, something might have been true. Where did these stories come from?
With you saying that, and since we are in the season, if you will, hold on. Personal bias and ego comes into big
Yeah.
time with translation control, and I agree. Agree.
Yes.
There are people who have now stated, and I saw this on social media, if you will. Okay,
Now we're in
that
trouble. You saw it on social media.
I know, right?
Gotta be true.
Gotta be true. Well, in the groups that I was watching, there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that Saint Nick was a true person or Santa Claus, if you will. They're saying it's a fictional character. And I'm like, and this is why I'm worried about today's society. Because they don't know, because they didn't do the research, or because their parents told them this or this, that. He is not a fictional, he's a non-fictional character. In fact, there's a lot of people that go to his temple or where he is laid to rest to give praise to. And there's actually two Santa Clauses. Who would have thought? So, yeah, definitely a non-fictional character. There is the individual from Europe. And did you know this, Rhonda? That there is a nunder.
Nunder.
Yes, you like that? Nunder, bundown nunder. There is another, you like that? Bundulum, dundulum. That, hey, minions popping out, got to be controlled. That there's another story of such in India of the same non-fictional character and in the Ukraine.
Oh wow.
So there's not just one, there's not two, but there's three individuals who did the same exact selflessness towards their society. Boy, that was a tough one to come out. My brain jumbled up right there. Selflessness. But it's intriguing to me.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Josh Gates had an episode on this too.
Yes, yeah, he did. He did, and that was a really great episode. I will say that, and thank you for bringing that up, Renee. So, with it all in all, I think this has been a great show.
Yeah.
Rhonda, thank you so much. I think, that's why we do these shows. They're kind of free talk, free open. And as you can see, Rhonda and I don't always agree, and that's okay.
No, we don't always agree, but I think we agree to see each other's point.
Yeah, we've got to
I
be.
don't think there's anything that you say that I'm like, I don't know, but then can't say, well, I can see that. I
Yeah,
can see where that could be.
and
But
this will
I think
be
we're also both very good at realizing none of us have any answers to
no,
anything.
really don't. and
All we
it,
can say is like things that we lean more towards and for what reason, but we don't know nothing.
and the thing is, we can do all the research we want. It's research from other people. We're reading other people's words and other people's thoughts.
Yes.
Same thing about writing and reading books. We're writing somebody else's word that we already know, in a lot of cases. So when it comes to the fact of what we're dealing with in today's world, we have a lot of people out there that are struggling for some reason because they're hard in thought, and you got to let that go. You got to grow. You've got to let go.
Yeah.
New T-shirt. New T-shirt. Yeah, got to let it go. Um, so we've got to be more open to ideas to others and not be so close-minded as a society. And stand up for others too. We actually have to stand up more.
Yeah.
I think, and it doesn't have to be violent. I'm so over the violence. This world sucks because of military. It
Mm,
sucks because of egos and confrontation.
yeah.
You know what? It's okay. Everybody's entitled to have their views, points of religion. Let it go. The
Right.
world's not going to go forward while we continue to go, I'm going to blow it all up. Man, it's ridiculous. Why do you think there's so many UFOs now? Because they're worried about us blowing ourselves and the rest of the universe up. Come on, people, get it together. Come on, America.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
world, I like that. Oh, there you go. Oh, I missed that. Everybody's saying hi, and I love
Yeah.
Rich. Oh, yes. It really is. And if we would learn to walk away, and sometimes, like what the guy said earlier, keep your mouth shut. We don't really need to constantly bibber babber. Yeah, I could do a whole lot of nonsense.
Right.
This is free
Right.
speech. We were doing free talk tonight, and it's just general idea, and sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
You know, it is good.
100%.
So we appreciate you. Hope you all had a magnificent Thanksgiving. We thank you all so much for being with us tonight.
Yes.
Give our special thanks out to those people who support us at GOS and Booze Paranormal. We got to give that out there.
Yeah.
To all those wonderful groups who did not do the hit list tonight, but all those wonderful groups and pages who support us, all those wonderful platforms that allow us to play out.
Yeah.
Thank you for that too, and all of you travelers. We thank you all so much for that. Let me drop this in here. And
Research is someone else's opinion, not necessarily fact, but adds to the conversations.
thank you, and that's what tonight was all about. Sometimes things are taken away to make something room for something else.
Yeah.
Oh, we thank you. And Michelle will be coming on the show very soon as well. We have her said. So Michelle Caps will be coming on as well. We'll be looking forward to that. Robert.
Somewhere out there on another planet, there would be a comic about the last son of Earth surviving the destruction of his own planet with superpowers.
Dun, da, 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 da.
Yep.
So, yeah, I can't disagree with that one. So, travelers and those like, please, let's move forward. Let's get ready. Rhonda will be taking the show herself in 2 weeks. She'll be having the boo bitches on. What? We'll be getting her ready for that. We have Michelle on next Sunday. That would be really cool. We are in the midst of our summer. Summer. Hello, my brain just went.
We are not in summer. It's cold here in Virginia, Howie. It's cold.
Freaking cold it is. So we'll be setting it up. If you know someone you would like us to interview or talk with, let us know. We'd love to reach out to other people as we get our winter program set. Yes. Have a great night. See, yes, have a great night, all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for another extra 48 minutes. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes, just sometimes. So on that, let me see. Oop, summer here. Oh, Robert's like, it's summer here. Of course it is, you down under. Cool look forward to them.
Me too. I don't do well with winter, and winter is already hitting harsh here.
I hate winter. I hate it.
I don't like it in the 20s in December. That's ridiculous.
I agree with you there. I totally agree. So, travelers and those alike, we thank you so much. Remember, let's continue to help each other. Let's support each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's be good people to each other. Let's do better tomorrow than we did today. Let's shine. And let's help others shine while we do that. Until next time, may virtue be yours.
Be good humans this week.
We will see you on the other side.